Do you wake up feeling like a slave to your own life? Do you desire freedom? Freedom to wake up in the morning and decide what you're gonna do, where you're gonna go. Freedom to travel when you want to, and freedom to stay at home when you want to. Well, if you've been searching for freedom, then watch this video until the end, because we're gonna be talking about how we were able to become free financially, emotionally, spiritually, locationally.
Wow.
Thank you. And how you can do the same thing. So let's get to it. Right now, we're actually in,
We are in Surin, Thailand.
So let's talk about freedom. What do you define as freedom?
Literally being able to do whatever I want to do without having to think about what it is. Like if I want to go outside today and book a flight to go to Phuket for no reason at all, I want to be able to do that and then stay in a hotel while I'm out there, like the hotel that I feel like is the best hotel. Take my kids to play with the animals at the zoo, and then also be able to give to people while I'm there, tipping people extra, whether it's our waiter here at the restaurant or just some random person we see who will be good to bless. And then also being able to get on a plane that exact same day and coming back home without being like, is this practical? Can we do all this? Can I do all that? Do they need to go to the zoo? They just went swimming the other day. All that feels like bondage to me. What's freedom to you?
I think freedom is the ability to make your own decisions.
Yeah.
Everyone desires freedom, but they don't actually know what that looks like. And for the most part, it's just being able to wake up and say, I want to do this today, and not wake up and have to do this today.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to see something that they want and just buy it. If a friend wants to travel somewhere, they're able to just say, I want to go too, and go. You know, experience life without having to ask permission. And I think that's what freedom represents for me. And I think a lot of other people, that's what they desire as far as freedom,
So,
you know?
if you are not at the point yet of having that, how do you suggest, like, does it start in your mind first? Does it start, like, how do you eventually get to a place of where no decision is making you, you're making it?
I think there's several pillars of freedom that if you master each one of them, then you will feel free. I would say the first freedom is financial freedom. The ability to pay for what you want out of life, not have to be stifled by your finances. There's location freedom, being able to go where you want to go without having to ask permission.
Thank you, God.
There's time freedom, being able to decide what you want to do with your time. And if you tackle each one of those, you're going to feel free. The first one that you should probably focus on is financial freedom. Because if you focus on financial freedom, and if you buy back your time, then you can go where you want to go in that time.
Like I remember when I was growing up, everything was all about having a job. As soon as you turn 16, you go get a job so you can make money, so you can do the things that you want to do. But I just remember there was so many things that I couldn't go to because I was scheduled to work. When all my friends were going to the festivals and they were going to dances, I couldn't be like, yes, I'm coming. Like I had to be like, let me check with my boss first. Let me see if I can get somebody to switch with me so they can work this shift and I'll work this shift next week. Like it was a whole lot of constraint. Things are so different now. You literally can be your own boss at any time. Like all you have to do is decide right now that that's what you want to do. And then you'll start to make money from it as long as you have a mentor or a coach or somebody who's doing it already. And even trading, like every time I watch him day trade and make money off the internet, I'm like, this is insane. You used to need a job.
That's probably one of the things that's keeping a lot of people trapped is the mindset that in order to make money, you have to trade your time for it. Or in order to make money, you have to get a job. I'll tell you this, if you think that in order to make money is by getting a job, you're basically saying that you don't want time, location, and financial freedom because most jobs won't offer you that. And I feel like that's why being an entrepreneur is so appealing to people. But I think there's a lot of reasons why people don't go into entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So let's talk about that.
Even if it's more difficult to wake up when somebody tells you to go on break when somebody tells you to ask to go to the bathroom. Even if you're working from home, like sometimes you have to go into the office a couple days out of the week or a couple days out of the month, so you're still confined. Like sometimes, even with those things, it's easier to get money from them because you know it's coming. You don't actually know it's coming. They tell you it's coming, and then when they don't want to give it to you anymore, they just stop. But in your mind right now, you believe that it's coming. So you do all these things. And that feels a lot easier than having to wake up and figure out, all right, every day my income depends on me. Everything that I do, my light bill, my water bill, my car payment, my insurance, my phone bill, my kids, tuition, all of that depends on what I do today. That's not easy.
But it's not easy to wake up every day having to report to work at a job that you hate for 40 years with no actual blueprint to becoming financially free at all.
To have a very honest conversation.
Yeah.
The people who need help becoming entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
it's probably not going to work out for them. And I only say that because I'm an entrepreneur now, but when I was growing up, I was selling stuff. I was always trying to figure out a way. They had something called Plato's Closet back then. I would like go get clothes from Wet Seal.
Yeah.
And then go to another place to sell it for more than I bought it for. I would always be looking for sales so that I could make money off of reselling the clothes.
Yeah.
So the ambition of wanting more has always been in me.
Yeah.
And I feel like
a lot of people don't want more.
I do want to leave this job. I do want to get out of here, but they go and find another job. A lot of people don't look inwardly to see like, what skill do I have? Do I know how to do hair? I can build a business doing hair.
Yeah.
Like for me, I've been buying hair since I was like 12, 13 years old. So at what point in time do I say, you know what? Instead of just buying hair for myself, I know that I get the best quality hair. I know that I get the best deals. Right now I'm in Thailand, so I'm getting even better deals. I'm going to start a hair company. Nobody has to tell you that when it's in you. Same thing with like moving to Thailand or moving to Cambodia or moving to anywhere. The people who really want to do it, they do it. They're not like, oh, I need to figure out how I do this or you will just do it. We did it.
Action. No one gives you freedom. We've been brought up into this world through school that there's a boss or there's a teacher or there's some type of authority figure to give you permission to do something. And if you don't ask for permission, then you can't do that.
Yeah.
Or it's not normal to do that. And you want to be normal, so you don't want people to look at you crazy. You want to fit in.
You don't want to look irresponsible.
But I can give you different alternative ways of looking at a job or looking at stability as instability. I had a family member. I showed them my loft. We had just got a big loft in Dallas, Texas, right before we moved out of the country. And it was huge, penthouse loft. And then they were like, oh, wow, so you finally got you some stability. And I'm like, what? That's not my goal, stability. And like, I don't want to be stable, actually. I want to grow. And if you're looking for stability, I think it's a quote that I saw someone say that the man who chases comfort gets nothing, but the man that chases freedom gets both. You know what I'm saying? I'm not chasing comfort. I'm not chasing stability, something that I could depend on every day. You can't depend on a job every day. I mean, at any point in time, if your company decides to go a different direction, you're done and you have no control over it. Or if, someone comes in who is smarter, better, more talented than you, they can replace you. You have no control of it. So I think that's less stable than saying, hey, I'm going to take a bunch of actions and I'm going to develop a bunch of skills and depend on my abilities to win. I feel like that's the most stability. So they asked me if I was, I'm finally being stable. I said, no, probably not. I'll probably only stay here for a year and then I'll go out the country. And here we are. We've been traveling for the past 3 months. I think a lot of people want stability. And all that means to me is you want to be safe. But there's nothing safe when at any point in time, you are not in control of what you eat. At least when you're an entrepreneur, you eat what you kill.
I guarantee you, the thing that is stopping you from getting to who you want to be or the things that you want to buy, you already have all those things. But you're using all of your time to give to somebody else who sat in their basement or sat wherever they were and was like, I'm going to build this thing.
Yeah.
He built that thing and now you work for him.
Yep.
You have the same ability as him.
The only thing is you don't have any references to tell you that you can do those things. For example, most people don't start businesses because they've never started a business. You don't have any reference of success, so you only have the idea of failure. And then when things get hard, you go back to what you've already done because you have references. Like, I know I can go to the job and get this check, but I don't know about being successful in business.
On my own. Because there's nobody to depend on at that point. You don't have anybody that's going to say like, okay, until you make your first 100,000, I'm gonna give you $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
You don't have that.
Yeah.
Which is actually a really good thing.
It's good.
In the beginning of this, you asked, what do the people want to know?
Yeah.
I think a lot of the times we think we think we know what we want to know, and that doesn't really get us anywhere. Instead, I think a better question is like, what do the people need to hear that they're not hearing? And the thing about it is like you already have what it is you need in order to work for yourself, grow by yourself, change your life, your family's life, generational wealth, all of that. You already have all that. Biblically, when the woman went to Elisha and was like, hey, they're about to come kill my sons because my husband died with all this debt. I don't know what to do. All I have in my house is this small glass of oil. That's all I have. He literally said, take what you have and sell it. That's biblical.
That means you have something of value that people want. And I can tell you this, I haven't worked a job in over 5 years. I've made way more money as an entrepreneur than I've ever made in any type of job I wasn't having $5,000 days in corporate America. Like that's impossible to make this type of money. It's not about what to do. It's about what to think. You know, your belief systems just have to change. You actually have to have faith. You know, the Bible says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You're not gonna be able to see it all the time, but you have to have faith that you can do it.
You gotta know it.
And that's just enough. Like just the fact that we've had enough faith that we could do this, we did it.
Yeah.
I did the math. I said $350 a day is $9,000 a month. I feel like I could do that. And I have faith in that. And I hit that. And then we changed it from $350 to $1,000 a day. And then we hit that. And then we changed it from $1,000 to $5,000 a day. And then we hit that. $8,000. And then we hit that. And we keep going because we keep believing that we can do more. One of my mentors says that you'll seldom make as much money as and never more than what you believe to be a lot of money. If you think that something is a lot of money, you'll never be able to do it. I personally don't think anything's hard.
Yeah, and two things I want to touch on. There are certain people who should not be entrepreneurs. I mean, if you can figure out how to be an entrepreneurial in a doctor way, that's great. But people who want to go to school to be doctors and nurses, I think that's really important. Like, not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur, right? This isn't a video to tell you to stop your passions and start working for yourself. It's not that. What it is the people who are working a job because they feel like they can't do any better, right? You're at this job because you feel like that's all you can do. All you can do is get on Indeed and apply to somebody else's job. Yeah. That's your feeling in your heart, and that's incorrect. So we're here to tell you that's incorrect. But if you have a passion to help people, to take care of people, to figure out how the heart works and how blood pumps through the body, we need you.
I feel like you could be an entrepreneur even as a doctor. Everybody should own a business, even if you are a doctor. You can start a YouTube channel teaching people how to become a doctor, or people who want to be diagnosed, or maybe they can't even afford a doctor. And every week you show up and you teach people how the heart works, or you teach people how the diet works, whatever. And just make a video every week. That's a business.
That's fantastic.
That's a business. And you can still be a doctor, but you have something that you own. You can't get fired from your own business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can lose your business.
You can quit.
You can quit your business, but that's all up to you.
Yeah.
Even as a doctor, something can happen and you can get fired for malpractice or something like that. So now let's talk about location freedom. So we make money online, and that allows us to be able to travel the world. And what I can say is, traveling the world gives you an entirely different perspective on life. Going to Bangkok, going to Colombia, traveling all these different countries, you get to see how big the world is, how many people there are, how much we are alike and different at the same time.
Yes.
You get so many new ideas, and I feel like it's important for everybody to travel. There's a statistic that says 90% of Americans live and die within a 50-mile radius of where they were born. They never go nowhere. And it's because I gotta work. You know, you ask people to travel, I gotta go to work. And it's not even out the country. Some people can't go into Texas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta work. And it just seems like the opposite of freedom.
It's really hard to imagine these big corporate places where they want their dream to work out for them so bad that they literally don't care anything about you. People are coming home and they're like, my time off got denied.
Right.
What? Like, there is no such thing.
A good job was a job that gave you paid time off, like a certain amount of paid time off.
For the year, like 15 days out of the year.
And I was like, man, that's a good job. But it didn't matter how much paid time off I got. I still felt, there were so many days that I was like, I don't want to show up today.
Or I have
but
something
I got
to do. I have other things to do.
I want to do something else.
But the same way those people will not let you sleep on their dreams, we got to be like that about our businesses.
Exactly. Tippy-toeing or you know, I'm not going to go all in. Okay, well, that's what freedom looks like. Like, if we wouldn't have taken chances, we wouldn't have this life right now. We wouldn't have made the amount of money that we made so far. We wouldn't make the amount of money that we're gonna make. We wouldn't travel the world. Our daughter has been on maybe 20 flights. She's been to Orlando. She's been to Colombia. She's been to Las Vegas twice. She's been to New Orleans. She's been to Los Angeles. She's been to New York, Texas, Minnesota, Bangkok, Thailand.
She just went to Laos yesterday.
To Laos. You know what I mean? She's 2 years old. Like, the life that we are working to give her is a bigger life. It took us taking chances, and those are the best decisions that we ever made. I can only imagine if I never took those chances and I never had faith in God and what He could do through me in starting these businesses, where we would be right now.
I remember telling somebody who's been in the same situation for like the past 4 years, their life has literally been the exact same for the last 4 years. They're still in their same apartment. They still drive their same car. The apartment's getting older, the car is getting older, everything, right? But they're just comfortable there. And I remember having a conversation about like, when they were like, I just can't rise up. Like I can't get more than this. I don't know why, I just feel stuck. And I was thinking to myself, like, I wonder if it's because you're like really comfortable. Like your rent is an amount that you can afford, so you never have to wake up and grind harder because whatever it is that your life costs you, you have it in your pocket at all times.
Yeah.
So sometimes I feel like if you do go the extra mile to be like, you know what, I can't afford this right now. And this is not financial advice, but I'm just saying, if ever you are in a position where you're like, okay, let me have faith to go harder. Like my rent, I know I can afford $900 a month. I can afford $1,200 a month. Maybe try to do something that's going to cost you a little more than that. You got to make more money.
That's a good point, babe. When there's a price tag on something, there's two things you can say to yourself. One, I can't afford it. Two, how can I afford it? The first one limits your creativity. The second one opens you up to the possibilities. And that's what we do. You need to surround yourself with how can I people or how can you people. Not that's not gonna work people or you can't do that people. I don't care if it's your mama. I don't care if it's your dad. I don't care who it is. If you give somebody an idea of something that you want to do and the first thing they say is you can't do that. Now if they say how you gonna do that, that's great. Yeah. Even if they're saying it in a condescending way, because it gets the wheels turning, and that's what you need. You need to ask yourself, how can I do something? I want to start this business, how can I? And let that lead you on a rabbit hole of learning. And it's going to take you where you need to be. The information is out there. It's no excuses. It's no excuses for you not to figure out how to do anything in this world, but you're not asking the right questions. How can I? And I think that'll take you so far, just saying, how can I do this? I want to start this business. How can I set up the LLC? Figure it out. How can I get my first client? Figure it out. How can I increase my prices? How can I, and you keep doing that over and over again. You surround yourself with how can I people. Now you know so much and you have so much and your business is growing just from constantly asking, how can I? How
and not
can I?
living in comfortability. Because like I said, when you're comfortable, when you've got what you've got in your pocket, it's like, I don't really need to think, I'm safe. You feel safe. I think there is something about that like fight or flight mode that makes you like, I gotta grind, I gotta get it. Because if I don't, then this thing that I just signed a lease for a $1,200 apartment. My last lease was only $900 and I was good with that. But rent is coming up in 15 days. I need to come up with an extra $300. You're not just gonna let your rent, you know. Eventually you're going to be like, let me get out there, let me Uber extra.
I feel like you have to have a certain type of a discipline and character to do that.
This is what I was saying. This is for the people who are like, you know what, I have the faith to be able to push myself forward a little bit. I'm living in comfortability right now. I have the faith to be able to step out of my comfort zone and do more, because I know within myself I can do more. It's a person. I used to do hair and I haven't done hair in a minute. I was really good at doing hair. Maybe I can make another offer. I can start doing hair again. I can start charging $400 for box braids.
Maybe I can teach a course on how you can start your own hair business.
Boom.
Maybe I could start a Instagram page or a TikTok page where I talk about different hairstyles and I do. There's so many things. You just have to ask yourself, how can I? You have to be the type of person that does not accept excuses for yourself or anybody around you. I don't accept excuses. Not for myself, not for my team, anybody. Like if I accept an excuse for you, that's probably because I accept excuses for myself. Now, this is gonna eliminate a lot of people. Oh man, it's hard, I can't do this, or let's hang out tonight, or we can cheat on on working out. We don't have to eat this today. Or those type of people, those are not the type of people you need to be around. If you can not give yourself a way out, then there's no way out. You're going to be successful. Then once you stop accepting excuses, you start to see all of the possibilities.
Yeah.
Like I don't think there is nothing that I can't do. So now, as soon as I get an idea, I immediately go into one of the biggest principles that I think, if you take away anything from this video, this is one of the biggest principles, is that anything you want to do in life, find someone who's already done it and model everything that they do. If you do that, you will be successful.
Because they are. Why would you not?
Just model what they do. I've literally used this in every single successful business I've ever done. When I started a 7-figure business from scratch, we went from $2,000 a month to $20,000, $30,000 a month in less than 60 days. I did this. When I started a TikTok page from scratch and in less than 4 months had over 1 million views, I did this. I literally don't create stuff. I find people who've already done it and I model what they do. I model their belief systems. I model the way that they do what they do. I model it all. I don't steal it, I just model it. If you think like that, then you realize like, oh, it's nothing I can't do. I just have to learn how to model. It's a skill.
You can model after people who are successful, and that's really, really, really good. But don't pay attention to your success versus their success. They're already on level 10. You're on level 1 or 2 on your way there. So you have to like give yourself some time, give yourself some grace. Like when we did this TikTok page, that was one of the things that he would always tell me, where it was like, yeah, keep posting. Don't pay attention to the numbers. The person that you're modeling, yeah, they're already at millions. Who cares? Don't pay attention to the numbers. Yours is going to grow little by little, little by little. And then as I started reading the Bible, guess what's in the Bible? Growth, little by little. Like, don't get caught up in wanting to be somebody else who's successful already. You will have your own success. It might not be today, but it's going to be tomorrow or the next day or the day after that. As long as you stay consistent and keep showing up, it will happen for you.
Like you said, the Bible says, don't despise small beginnings because you are not aware of how big they could become.
Amen.
Like, when I started the TikTok page, we started dropping videos. My first video got 38 views. I was happy with that because my goal was not views. My goal was to drop one piece of content every day in this format because this is what this guy does and he has views. That was my goal. I didn't care about the numbers. I said, as long as I drop one piece of content for 60 days, then I'll take a look at the views and see what happens. It didn't take 60 days. In less than 2 weeks, we went viral. Over 250,000 views. 1 week after that, we went viral, over 500,000 views. So don't despise small beginnings. When you get started, it's not gonna be big, but don't expect it to be big. Expect it to be consistent. That's gonna help you get past the stages of, I'm not getting any views, or is this even working?
I should quit.
Wait, you're not doing this for views, sales, or anything at the beginning. You're doing this because you've already found the person that you're modeling, you found what they're doing, and you made a plan on what to do every day for 60 days at least. And if you master modeling, you will be successful. And that's in everything in life. You want to get fit, find somebody who is the pinnacle physique and model everything they do, what they eat, what time they wake up, what time they go to sleep, what time they go to the gym, how long they're at the gym, how long do they run. If you model what they do every single day and check back in 60 days, not 30 days, not 10 days, check back in 60 days.
A lot of progress.
You'll see progress. And that's why most people, I feel, aren't successful as entrepreneurs, because they want instant gratification. And it's like,
because
bro,
the thing that they're looking at is already
like
there. Let's say you want a Lamborghini, right? And you look at somebody who has a Lamborghini. You think that it just appeared. You forget however many years or however many days or however many weeks or however many sleepless nights or however many tears or however many anything went into that person getting that. You just want it. Like, you're like, oh, it should just appear. What God is putting on your heart is a seed. You have to grow it.
I used to say to people that anybody can become a successful entrepreneur. And I really believe that. But now, after being an entrepreneur for 5 years, meeting a bunch of people, hearing a bunch of people say they want to be entrepreneurs, I don't say anybody could be an entrepreneur. The reason I say that is not because they're not capable of becoming an entrepreneur. They don't have the belief systems and they're unwilling to change their belief systems to become an entrepreneur. And unless you were willing to change your belief systems, you're not going to be successful. And when you are a successful entrepreneur, you don't work with people who you have to drag them across the finish line to get there. You just work with people who come with the skills. I think it was Warren Buffett, or it was Charlie Munger. There was a guy who asked Charlie Munger, what do you think about, like the kids who grew up in like the inner city and they don't know about investing, and I'm trying to get them involved and learn. What do we need to do to get those kids motivated? And he says, at our company, we don't work with people who don't already have the desire and will and mindset to actually do it.
Entrepreneurship.
I agree. Unless you come with it, I'm not gonna work with you.
You have to have the desire to do that.
You gotta have
to be like, I've studied this person and studied this person, and I've already attempted to apply it.
If a mentor tells you, if you want to be successful, stop going out for 6 months and take all of your money and invest it into this. You have to be the person that on Friday, when your friend says, hey, you want to pop out with us tonight, and you know it's going to cost you $50 to $100 to go, and you're like trying to grow your business or invest in your future, you have to be able to say, no, I'm not going to do that.
I mean, prepare your friends way ahead of time. You don't even need the temptation. Like, prepare your friends like, hey, you guys, I'm actually trying to move my tax bracket up.
Yeah, right now I'm locked in. I have a plan right now. I'm not spending nothing extra until I hit this level. I'm investing $3,000 a month into the stock market, or $500 a month into the stock market, or $100 a month to the stock market, because I did some research and I realized that if it'll compound over time, and you just have to have the mindset to do that. And if you're that person, you're like, hey, I want to become successful. I want time, location, freedom, and financial freedom to the point to where I'm willing to sacrifice today for tomorrow, then you are going to be okay. You just have to not worry about instant gratification, because it doesn't come instantly, but it comes all at once. You don't see anything and then you see it all. Like when we started our business and we were grinding and I was like, yo, we got to send out 300 emails a day. We're going to do this and that. We didn't see anything until we saw it, and it was overflow. It was, next thing you know, we're making $1,000 a day every single day. Boom, 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 boom. Increasing the price, making more money. And everybody wants to get to that point first. But can you go 3 months without seeing a penny, 6 months without seeing $1, to 6 months later making more money than you've ever made in your entire life?
This is the part where I would say having a job is okay. In your heart, if you're like, you know what? Okay, I know that I'm about to do these 300 emails a day. I got to pay for this software that's going to help me put together the emails, put together the newsletters. I need to nurture the clients that I do get. I got to pay for that. You got to pay for all these things. You know, that is why it's okay to have a job. But you don't have a job because you don't believe that this is the best you can do.
Yeah.
Like, you can have that job supplement your business.
Right.
That's okay.
Yeah. Your job is your first business partner. And to be honest with you, holla at your boy. Like, one of the things that we do is we have a funding company where we help entrepreneurs, select entrepreneurs, get access to $50,000 to $300,000. So you can use the bank's money to start your business. But either the bank is going to be your business partner or your job is going to be the business partner. But they are your business partner. They are not your business. You have to still grow and build your business, spend time on your business. And to be honest with you, everything is hard until it's easy. When you first learn how to drive, you are scared. I'm pretty sure you drive so many times where you don't even think and don't even realize you're driving. It's the same thing with success. It's hard until it's not. And most people delay getting started so they don't get past the hard part fast enough.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody put it like that. Like, your job is your first business partner. That's very true. Because, I mean, it's not easy to do it that way, because once you get done working your 40 hours a week, I think everybody talks about the 40 hours, but what about the time where you got to wake up from your sleep, get dressed, drive to the place? That's maybe 2 hours right there. Then you got to drive home. That might be another hour, 2 hours. So by the time you finish this, you're at a 65, 70-hour work week, and you still have to find time to squeeze in your business. You have to. Otherwise, you're going to be doing this 60, 70-hour work week for the rest of your life.
Yeah. You can do 40 hours a week for 40 years, or you can do 50 hours a week for 2 years.
Yeah.
Everybody has the same amount of time. Like, I only have 24, you only have 24. Jeff Bezos only have 24. Elon Musk only have 24. We only have 24 hours in a day.
People always say that, but what people don't talk about when they talk about the amount of time that you have in the day is, if you look at somebody like Elon Musk, yes, he has 24 hours in a day, but he also has 240 employees, 240 people who are close to him handling his things. Same with us.
Yeah.
We have 24 hours in a day, but it feels like a little more because we have a nanny. If we didn't have these tasks that were delegated to other people, so it's so important to have a team of people around you.
Like, and when I say 24 hours, it's up to you to learn this stuff in 24 hours.
Yeah.
Nobody just didn't walk up to me and say, hey, I want to work for you. I had to learn a bunch of stuff and do it all myself for a long time, grow the business to the point to where we can hire somebody, learn that I needed to hire somebody. And then now that I've hired people, I get to buy back some of my time, but I still only have the same 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, delegation is important, but just constantly learning, using your 24 hours. There's another statistic that says if you spend 10 minutes a day for 365 days working on any skill, you'll be more proficient than 95% of the world population in that skill. So it don't take that long. That means 10 minutes a day on content, 10 minutes a day on marketing, 10 minutes a day on investments, 10 minutes a day. If you focus for 10 minutes a day over the course of 365 days, you are going to be 95% more proficient than everybody on the planet. So what are you doing with the 24 hours? Okay, let's say 16 of them are gone. You got 4. Are you spending the 4 on hanging out with friends? Are you spending the 4 on doom scrolling on TikTok? Are you spending the 4 going to the club, going to the bar? So it's what you do with the rest of your time. You're gonna take something from this video and you're gonna realize that the only thing stopping you is you. And as soon as you accept responsibility, you're gonna be able to get your time freedom, your location freedom, and your financial freedom. And it's not gonna take you that long.
Amen. That was a fantastic conversation.
That's it for the conversation, guys. If you got anything from this video, let us know in the comments. Click like and subscribe, boost the algorithm, all that cool stuff. And we'll see you guys on the next conversation.